The 2026 Kawasaki KLR 650 is not just another motorcycle, it's a living legend that refuses to die. Since the late 1980s, the KLR has been the machine of choice for soldiers, explorers, long-haul travelers, and anyone who values dependability over flash. And in 2026, Kawasaki has taken this enduring icon, sharpened it, modernized it, and yet kept the raw, rugged DNA that made the KLR 650 what it is, the ultimate do-anything, go-anywhere motorcycle. When you first glance at the 2026 model, it feels familiar but new. The silhouette screams KLR, tall stance, wide handlebars, big 21-inch front wheel ready to eat up rocks and gravel, and a robust frame that looks like it can carry the weight of the world. But then your eyes lock onto the details. Sleeker LED lighting replaces the old halogen bulb, casting a sharper beam of light across the trail. The redesigned fairings offer better wind protection, and Kawasaki has tweaked the aerodynamics to reduce fatigue on those endless highway rides. The seat now carries memory foam layers, giving you the comfort of a touring bike without losing the dirt bike toughness. And if you know anything about the KLR community, you know comfort was never its strongest suit, until now. But what about the heart of the machine? That single-cylinder thumper has always been the soul of the KLR 650. For 2026, Kawasaki refines it further. The 650-22cc liquid-cooled fuel-injected engine delivers around 45 horsepower and 40 lb-ft of torque. On paper, those numbers might not sound earth-shattering in a world of 1000cc adventure bikes pushing triple digits, but the KLR has never been about chasing horsepower. It's about torque where you need it. Down low, consistent, reliable, usable. That means when you're loaded up with luggage, climbing steep switchbacks in the Rockies, or overtaking a truck on a two-lane road, the bike responds with steady, dependable grunt. Kawasaki also improves fuel efficiency for 2026, with the updated fuel mapping, a more precise throttle body, and reduced friction inside the engine. The KLR now stretches every drop of gas further than ever. Coupled with its legendary 6.1-gallon fuel tank, you're looking at a range that comfortably breaks 300 miles on a single fill-up. That's the kind of distance that makes borders disappear, that makes deserts crossable, and that turns what if into let's go. The suspension has also been fine-tuned. The 2026 KLR 650 comes with a 41mm long-travel fork up front and a Unitrack adjustable monoshock in the rear. Kawasaki stiffened the springs slightly for better control under load, but it still maintains that forgiving feel that makes the KLR so versatile. Whether you're tackling potholes in the city, gravel washboards in the backcountry, or sand dunes in the desert, the suspension adapts without complaint. It's not electronically adjustable, it's not dripping with high-tech wizardry, but it's honest. You know what it's doing under you, and it rarely lets you down. Brakes, another area where KLR riders used to raise eyebrows. For decades, stopping power was described politely as adequate, but Kawasaki has listened. The 2026 version now features dual-piston calipers with larger discs, along with switchable ABS that actually works both on pavement and dirt. For riders who want even more control off-road, the rear ABS can be disabled with a simple button press. It's a small detail, but one that transforms confidence when descending loose gravel hills or navigating muddy trails. Electronics were never the KLR's forte, but the 2026 model finally steps into the modern age. You now get a full-color TFT display with clear visibility even in bright sunlight. It provides trip data, fuel range estimates, and even basic smartphone connectivity via Bluetooth. It's not overloaded with complicated menus like some high-end adventure bikes. Instead, it's straightforward, just like the KLR itself. A USB-C charging port comes standard, meaning your GPS, phone, or action camera can stay powered throughout the ride. Kawasaki knows their audience: long-distance riders, adventurers, and practical commuters who need utility over gimmicks. And speaking of practicality, Kawasaki offers two distinct trims of the 2026 KLR 650. The base model is the stripped, no-nonsense adventurer, affordable, rugged, and ready to be modified to your taste. The adventure trim, on the other hand, comes straight from the factory with side panniers, auxiliary LED fog lights, engine guards, and a beefier skid plate. It's the kind of package that lets you hit the road or the dirt immediately. with everything you need to disappear into the wilderness. What hasn't changed, though, is the KLR's reputation for being virtually indestructible. You can drop it in the sand, pick it up and keep going. You can load it with 80 pounds of gear, and it still tracks straight. Riders around the world joke that the KLR isn't just a motorcycle, it's a cockroach. It survives anything. There are still KLRs from the 1980s circling the globe with 500,000 miles on the odometer. That kind of loyalty is rare, and the 2026 model doesn't just honor that legacy, it builds on it. So who is this bike really for in 2026? It's not for the rider who wants the flashiest electronics, the most horsepower, or the status symbol parked outside the cafe. The KLR 650 is for the dreamers who look at a map and wonder what's at the edge of it. It's for the commuters who need something reliable every single day, rain or shine. It's for the budget-conscious adventurers who can't drop $20,000 on a European ADV bike, but still want to ride across continents. It's for the rider who values trust more than trend. And here's the best part, Kawasaki hasn't abandoned the affordability that made the KLR legendary. While other adventure bikes climb into 5-digit price tags, the 2026 KLR 650 stays firmly grounded in reality. It gives riders a platform that's approachable, durable and modifiable. Want heated grips? Add them. Want taller windshields, crash bars or luggage systems? The aftermarket for the KLR is massive, and it's only getting bigger. Riding the 2026 KLR is an experience in balance. On the highway, it's surprisingly stable, soaking up miles with ease, humming along at 75 mph without drama. On dirt roads, it comes alive, its lightweight feel and big front wheel letting you glide over ruts and rocks with confidence. And when you pull up to a small-town gas station, dusty and tired, strangers still come up to you with that nod of recognition. That's a KLR, huh? Those things run forever. At the end of the day, the KLR 650 has never been about perfection. It's been about trust. It's about knowing that your bike will take you from Alaska to Argentina, through deserts, jungles, mountains, and highways, and do it without complaint. And the 2026 version carries that promise into a new era. Because some motorcycles aren't just machines, they're companions. They're passports. They're stories waiting to be written. And the 2026 Kawasaki KLR 650 is exactly that. A story machine. A faithful friend. A bridge between yesterday's grit and tomorrow's adventure. So whether you're a seasoned traveler ready for your next expedition, a commuter looking for unmatched reliability, or someone who just wants one bike that can truly do it all, the 2026 Kawasaki KLR 650 is waiting. It doesn't promise you glamour. It doesn't promise you thrills. What it promises you is freedom. The kind of freedom that only comes when you know your motorcycle will never leave you stranded. The legend lives on.